5 years ago, life was hard for James. He loved his wife, Lisa, more than anything, but money was always tight. He worked long hours as an engineer, coming home exhausted, dreaming of giving her a life she deserved. But no matter how hard he tried, bills piled up, and Lisa grew restless. One evening, she sat him down in their tiny apartment, her tone icy. "I can't do this anymore," she said. "I can't stay with someone who can't give me the life I want. I'm leaving." James felt his chest tighten. "Lisa, we can work through this. I promise things will get better." But she shook her head. "I've met someone else. Someone who can provide stability, luxury, everything you can't." And just like that, she walked out of his life, leaving him heartbroken, humiliated, and questioning every memory they had shared. What she didn't know, what no one knew, was that James was heir to a fortune. His late grandfather had left him a $500 million inheritance, locked away until James turned 30. He hadn't touched a penny of it yet, and Lisa had left thinking he was just another struggling man. For the next 5 years, James buried his heartbreak in his work, quietly preparing to claim the inheritance. By the time he turned 30, he was no longer the man she had laughed at. He was wealthier than most could imagine, confident, polished, and untouchable. Meanwhile, Lisa's life hadn't gone as planned. The man she left him for, wealthy and charming, turned out to be selfish and controlling. Luxury came with strings, and freedom with a price. She found herself stuck, realizing that the life she had chased wasn't what she had imagined. Then came the day they ran into each other. It was at a charity gala, a high-profile event where James now moved like a king among the city's elite. He was in a tailored suit, calm, confident, every step radiating success. And there she was, Lisa, looking stunned. Her eyes widened as she took in the man she had left years ago, not the struggling engineer she had discarded, but a billionaire in every sense. For a moment, she froze. The crowd around them blurred. She could barely breathe, her mind racing. This was the man she had left for being poor, the same man who now had more wealth than she could have ever dreamed of. James approached her slowly, a faint smile on his lips. "Hello, Lisa," he said, his voice calm, measured. "It's been a while." She opened her mouth to speak but hesitated. The words she had rehearsed, apologies, excuses, lies, suddenly felt empty. "I heard about your situation," James continued gently, though his eyes held a spark of something sharper. "I hope you're happy." Lisa's face flushed, a mixture of embarrassment and longing crossing her features. She realized too late the mistake she had made. She had left a man who had loved her unconditionally, unaware that his potential was far greater than she had ever imagined. James turned and walked away, leaving her in a swirl of regret and silence. Around him, cameras flashed, reporters whispered, and the world watched him move like a man untouchable. Behind him, Lisa realized the cruel truth. She had walked away from the life she wanted, only to find herself powerless to ever reclaim the man she once had. Because sometimes the greatest revenge isn't about showing off wealth. It's about living so far above those who doubted you that they can only watch in disbelief. And for James, that was more satisfying than any words she could ever say.